The Serendipitous Meeting. In the charming town of Willowbrook, where cobblestone streets and cozy cafes lined the sidewalks, lived a young woman named Jessica. She was a curious soul, always seeking meaning in the mundane and hoping to find a spark that would ignite her own purpose. Jessica had a routine. She spent her weekends volunteering at the local community center. On one particular Saturday, as she was setting up for a youth art workshop, she noticed an elderly man sitting on a bench nearby. His eyes were fixed on the children playing, and there was an air of wisdom about him that intrigued her. As the workshop began, Jessica's eyes kept drifting to the man. Finally, curiosity got the better of her. She approached him with a warm smile. "Hello there, are you enjoying the workshop?" The man turned his gaze to her and returned the smile. "Oh, yes. There's something magical about watching young minds create." They struck up a conversation, and Jessica learned that his name was Mr. Anderson. He had lived in Willowbrook for decades and had a heart full of stories to share. Jessica was captivated by his tales of a life well lived, adventures undertaken, and lessons learned. "You know, young lady, life is a series of serendipitous meetings," Mr. Anderson mused. "And each encounter has the potential to shape our path." Intrigued by his words, Jessica began visiting Mr. Anderson regularly. Their conversations became a highlight of her week. Mr. Anderson's stories spanned continents and eras, and through them, Jessica traveled vicariously to places she had only dreamed of. One afternoon, as the sun painted the sky with hues of orange and pink, Mr. Anderson shared a story that left a profound impact on Jessica. He recounted his journey from a small village to a bustling city, from struggles to successes. But what resonated most was his description of a mentor who had guided him through life's uncertainties. "The mentor's message," Mr. Anderson said, "is often the spark that lights the fire within us. It's the reminder that we have the power to shape our destiny, no matter where we start." Those words lingered in Jessica's mind. She realized that the serendipitous meeting with Mr. Anderson was her own mentor's message. His stories of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of purpose had ignited a fire within her. Inspired by Mr. Anderson's journey, Jessica began to look at her own life differently. She started to embrace every encounter, every moment of connection, as a potential turning point. She pursued her passions with renewed vigor, channeling her energy into making a difference in the community she loved. Months turned into years, and Jessica's journey blossomed. She started mentoring young volunteers at the community center, sharing the wisdom she had gathered from Mr. Anderson. She saw in them the same spark of curiosity and potential that had drawn her to her mentor. And so, the serendipitous meeting that had brought Jessica and Mr. Anderson together continued to ripple through time. Their connection had become a beacon of hope, reminding them both that every encounter held the potential to shape a life, to pass on lessons, and to inspire the journey toward a purposeful and meaningful existence.